Homelander can do almost anything. Fly faster than a jet, hear heartbeats from across a city, crush a skull without breaking a sweat. There's just one thing he can't do. Be alone. And that's the problem nobody wants to talk about. Because when the most powerful man alive is also the most desperate for approval, what you get isn't a hero. It's something much more dangerous. He didn't start as a monster. None of them do. Homelander started as a kid in a Vought lab. No normal parents, no birthday parties, no one to tuck him in at night. Just scientists in white coats testing his limits, measuring his worth. And the message was clear from day one. You matter because of what you can do, not because of who you are. Love wasn't something he received, it was something he had to earn, and he's been earning it ever since. Most people think Homelander craves power. They're wrong. He craves something much more basic. He needs to be wanted. Watch how he plays to the cameras, how his whole face changes when a crowd cheers. That's not arrogance, that's hunger. The applause fills something that was supposed to be filled a long time ago, back when he was small and scared and alone in that lab, but it never was. So now he chases it everywhere. Every speech, every save, every staged photo opportunity. He's not performing for the public. He's begging them to make him feel real.
I am very excited for everyone to meet the real me.
There's a specific kind of damage that comes from being raised as a product instead of a person. You learn to read people, not to connect with them.
Hey, man. I need 30,000 calories a day.
Maybe when you actually ran, you did. But now you're just eating your feelings, making us look ridiculous. Fastest man alive, what a joke.
But to figure out what they want from you, your personality becomes a performance. Homelander knows exactly what to say, how to smile, when to be charming. But none of it is him. It's a construct built to generate the only thing that makes him feel like he exists, their approval.
It's time to overcome this need for love, this sickness, once and for all. You're never going to be your true self until you transcend your humanity.
Strip that away, and what's left? He doesn't know, and that terrifies him more than anything ever could. People always ask why he doesn't just leave. He's nearly invincible. He could go anywhere, do anything. Why does he care what anyone thinks? Because power doesn't fix the parts of you that broke before you had it. You can be the strongest person in the world and still feel like that kid waiting for someone to tell you you're enough. The lab didn't just make him powerful, it made him dependent, not on substances or technology, on validation, and there's no rehab for that. When the public turns on him, something shifts. You'd expect sadness, maybe disappointment, but that's not what happens.
Speak for us! All right, everyone just calm down. Calm down. Let's not let your hearts get in the way of your head.
He rages because to Homelander, love and fear aren't opposites. They're the same transaction. Both make people pay attention. Both make them react. And if he can't have one, he'll take the other. The need doesn't go away just because the method changes. It just gets uglier. He doesn't know what unconditional means. How could he? Every interaction he ever had came with conditions. Be strong enough, be powerful enough, be compliant enough, and if you check all those boxes, maybe they'll keep you. Maybe they won't throw you away like the failed experiments in the room next door. So, when he finally gets out, when he becomes Homelander, the hero, the symbol, he does what he was trained to do. He performs. The suit, the smile, the speeches, all of it carefully engineered to make people look at him the way he needed them to look at him when he was a kid, and nobody did. The applause fills something, not the whole, but around it, like packing peanuts in an empty box. It takes up space without actually touching the emptiness underneath, and for a while, that's enough, because he doesn't know there's supposed to be a difference. Watch him in those early seasons. He needs the worship, not wants, needs, the way you need oxygen. When people cheer, he stands a little straighter. When they don't, something in him starts to crack. Because their love, their approval, it's the only proof he has that he's more than what Vought made him.
Let them go. You're gonna stop hunting Starla. You're gonna leave me and Elena alone, or I release this.
If you do that, I'll destroy everything and everyone.
Great. As long as everyone sees what a fucking monster you are. As long as no one ever loves you again.
But here's what he doesn't understand. Public adoration isn't love. It's a transaction. They love the symbol, the cape, the heroism, the fantasy. They don't love him. They don't even know him. And deep down, in a place he won't let himself look, he knows that too.
Still need love. So much love. You still crave it. That's not true. Weak and needy like you can still fix things. He hates you. He's gonna turn on you. Blood. Everyone hates you.
The rage isn't evil. It's desperation wearing a different mask. When you've never had real love, when every connection has been conditional, you stop caring about the method. You just need people to react, to prove you're real, to prove you exist as more than just the thing they made you to be. The rage is easy to understand. What's harder to reckon with is what came next, because the most terrifying version of Homelander isn't the one who rages. It's the one who almost got it right. Then Stormfront walked into his life. For the first time, someone saw him. Not the hero, not the product, not the symbol. Him. She didn't flinch when he dropped the mask, didn't recoil when he showed her the parts he usually hides, the anger, the need, the desperate broken thing underneath the cape. She chose him anyway, and it completely disarmed him. Watch how he softens around her. The bravado drops, his voice changes, he's almost vulnerable, because this is what he's been hunting his entire life. Someone who wants him without him having to perform for it. Someone who sees the monster and stays. It doesn't matter that she's using him.
I went to the tower, and you weren't there. No one had seen you.
So you're checking on me?
Why don't you see how your meeting went?
Hold on, let me...
Explain? Come on now. Why would you need to explain anything to me?
It doesn't matter that she's a monster in her own right. She made him feel like he wasn't alone. And for someone who's been alone since birth, that's everything. That's the entire world. But even that wasn't enough, because receiving love when you never learned what love actually is, when your only blueprint for connection is laboratory conditions and transactional approval, it's like being handed sheet music when you've never learned to read. You know it's supposed to mean something, you just don't know what to do with it. Homelander wanted Stormfront to fix him, to fill the hole, to finally make him whole. But nothing external ever does that. You can't outsource healing. You can't love your way into becoming someone who knows how to be loved. Then Ryan showed up, his son, actual blood, not a lab creation, not a corporate asset, not a replacement, a genuine connection. And for a brief moment, you can see it in his eyes, the possibility, the chance to be the father he never had, to give someone what was never given to him, to break the cycle. This could be different. But here's the tragedy he doesn't see coming. He makes it about himself. Every conversation with Ryan becomes a test. Does Ryan admire him, choose him, make him feel worthy? The need is too loud. It drowns out everything else, even his own son, even the one relationship that might actually save him. He wants to love Ryan. You can see it, but he doesn't know how to love something more than he needs it to love him back. The starvation is too deep. It corrupts everything it touches. That's the real tragedy. Homelander's power scaled far beyond anyone else's. His emotional capacity didn't. He's still that kid in the lab, desperate for someone to tell him he's worth keeping. Except now he can wield the kind of power that could level a city. Now he can make people kneel. What Homelander never learned What nobody taught him is the difference between being feared and being loved. To him, they're both just ways to make people stay. Both prove he matters, but one builds a foundation, the other builds a prison, and he's been locked in that prison his whole life, thinking it was a throne. The bars are made of applause and terror and the desperate need to be seen, and the strongest man alive can't break them, because you can't punch your way out of emotional starvation. You can't laser beam your way out of childhood trauma. That's the lesson nobody told Homelander, and it's the one he'll never learn. The strongest man alive is still the most emotionally starved. No amount of fear, worship, or power will ever feed that hunger, because what he actually needs, what he's always needed, he never learned how to accept. You can't punch your way into being loved. You can't laser beam your way into maturity. And you can't force people to fill a void they didn't create. The bars of his prison aren't made of steel. They're made of unmet needs that never went away. They just got stronger. That's what Homelander teaches us about needing to be loved, not how to get it, how to destroy yourself chasing it. The lesson isn't in his strength, it's in his emptiness, and how someone can have everything and still be that kid in the lab, waiting for permission to matter. We see ourselves in him more than we want to admit. Maybe not the lasers or the genocide, but the need, the performance, the way we've all twisted ourselves into shapes we thought would make people stay, the way we've confused attention with affection, fear with respect, being needed with being loved. You still have time. You can still learn what he never could, that being loved isn't about being perfect or powerful or needed. It's about being seen, actually seen, not for what you can do, but for who you are underneath all the performance. Real connection doesn't come from force. It comes from letting someone see you when you're not performing. Homelander will never know that, but you can.